Question 5. Figure 2.3 shows the heart at different stages of the cardiac cycle. And the question says box A shows atrial diastole. Blood is entering the atria which are relaxed. Outline the remaining stages with reference to boxes B, C and D. So looking back at the pictures, we can see that A has arrows showing blood is entering the atria and it's entering the ventricles. The atrioventricular valves are open and the semilunar valves are closed. This suggests that it's in diastole. The atria and the ventricle are both relaxed. Neither of them are contracting and blood is flowing passively into the atria and then flowing through into the ventricle. When we get to C, we can see that the volume in the atria is now smaller, so therefore we can conclude that the atria is now contracting. So we are now in atria systole. The blood is going through the atrioventricular valves into the ventricle. And this is due to the fact that the pressure in the atria will have increased due to the volume decreasing. And this forces those AV valves to open and to allow the blood to go through. With C, we can see that the AV valves have now closed and the ventricles have reduced in volume. Therefore, the ventricles are in ventricular systole and the atrioventricular valves have closed to prevent backflow going back into the atria, but the semilunar valves have opened to allow the blood to go from the ventricles out into either the aorta and the pulmonary artery. So the mark scheme is looking for 4 of the points. For B, you need to mention that it's in diastole or mention that the atria and the ventricle are in diastole. The atria and the ventricles are relaxed and blood is flowing through the atrioventricular valve. Blood is entering the atria and it's entering the ventricles. Then at C, we've got atria systole. The atria is contracting and the pressure in the atria is increasing, so the blood is flowing through the atrioventricular valve into the ventricles. The ventricles are filling with blood and the volume of the ventricles increases. The pressure is also going to increase and the pressure in the arteries is currently low. The pressure in the ventricles is higher than the pressure in the arteries. And then D, we've got ventricular systole. The ventricles are contracting, the volumes of the ventricles are decreasing, the pressure is going to increase, and the AV valve or the atrioventricular valve closes and the semilunar valve opens, so blood goes into the aorta and into the pulmonary artery. So you need four of those points to get 4 marks. You can only get a maximum of 2 points for each letter. So even if you have got all 4 marking points in reference to picture C, you can only get a maximum of 2 for each of these.